So part 3 now is why I feel sorry for this girl. As I said, 1, because she's my sister. 2 is because this girl, she was a broken person from young, broken by the very people that she should have trusted, who should have loved her. And her witchcraft that she's doing and stuff, I know where it started and who teach her that. And it's always there's always going to be somebody before her who taught her that. Another reason I feel sorry for her is, you see, when she dropped on the floor and she said, "Oh, my head, my head, she's head not good, or she's sick in she head or something." When she dropped, when I hit she those streets, she says she head not good. Some comment like that she made. There was a man in Tobago that she tried to bewitch. And this man was like a ex-gangster man. He was deported from, he used to live America, and he was deported from America, and, he went back to Tobago living, he had a piece of land and stuff, and my sister tried to bewitch the man. And the man, he had elder children and stuff, so the man is like a senior in the game now, a OG. The man is a OG, a senior citizen. The man wasn't no fool. And when the man realized, I don't know if she put something in the man's food or what she done to this man. All she told us is what the man do. But she didn't tell us what she done. That man took a machete and he beat she in she head with it. A machete, people. And beat she in she head with it. So this girl, and she love Obia. She goes by every Obia man in Trinidad and every Obia man in Tobago. So she've never got healing for her trauma, her sexual abuse and traumas that she have gone through in life. She just used Obia as a drug to cope. Anybody, whoever man she want, if she want a man to give she money, Obia. She jealous the neighbor them, Obia. The neighbor house is a big house, Obia. And she still didn't have a big house, yeah? But she jealous the neighbor, and she's still doing the Obia people. No change. I pray to God that she get deliverance. Now, people, remember I told y'all, the ex-sister-in-law who told me about the magic money, the one who told me about the magic money, that one ended up in hospital. She couldn't talk. They say she had a stroke or some stories. She couldn't talk, but it was because of the shoes she put in her foot. Her child nearly died because of that shoes. That shoes is a long story. That shoes, because remember she foot went in the shoes. And that one, my big sister who got the 3 shoes in her face, she ended up taking the shoes back down to London. They real travel with these shoes. This shoes was like a demon. And they couldn't drop the shoes. It's like they couldn't drop that shoes, people. And people, guess what? Remember when this woman sat in my kitchen and she told me about the magic money? You know where the magic money was coming from, people? I told you all, my ex-man in Ghana, the one, he was the main man behind the witchcraft for them. He was the main man cooking up the pot. He's the one who had the pot on the fire. He the one put the water, the salt and the onion, and he was just using them and sending them around like fools. And he's still eating what they have as well, yeah? So anyway, after the woman would get shoes in she face, and she gone jump in she train, or she bus, I don't know if she catch if they had was to book another bus for she, but I give she the shoes in she face. She dropped to the floor and stuff. I dealt with her. I asked her why she was doing that and stuff. You've been a witch all along, destroying the family where I've been building. She go and catch the bus. I jump in my car, go on my way. Now I'm home in my house. When I'm home in my house now, I'll have a phone call from the ex-sister-in-law, the one who put the shoes in she foot. She's trying to get hold of Greedy Speedy. Nobody can get hold of Greedy Speedy. Now, Greedy Speedy have swapped his SIM cards. And he have a different phone and he's contacting me. And Greedy Speedy is telling me that he want to drive off a cliff. And he started confessing, Greedy Speedy started confessing that he mother mashing up he and the wife relationship. And the mother is bringing bad luck on he and the brothers because of the witchcraft she's doing. Greedy Speedy start confessing, yeah? Everything, you see the manifestation, people? Me not to do nothing, the manifestation. And I don't know if they had planned it together, but the one in London who put his shoe in she foot, she is calling me, asking me for Greedy Speedy, which is my elder sister's son. He is in it as well with them, because remember, he come with his mother to poison me. So I ain't telling she where Greedy Speedy is or nothing, because remember, Greedy Speedy changed his number. And I had the number, I could have given it to she, but I ain't give it to she because he didn't give me permission to give it to she. And I'm trying to figure out this thing. So she called me then and she is speaking. Her husband was on the background as well when she called me, and she's asking me what happened with my sister and stuff. I said, girl, she's a witch. The one who called me is the one who put the shoe in she foot, yeah? I said, girl, she's a witch. I don't want she back in my house. I don't want she around my children. She is a witch. And I'm telling she that. And this one now in London who put the shoe in the foot, me and tell she nothing about she mother. Me and tell her nothing about she mother, nothing at all. And she start talking now. Here she. Well, my mother don't do this. And my mother don't do that. Me and tell she nothing about she mother at this time. At this time, I didn't figure the whole thing out as yet. But these people was talking and stuff. The woman start talking. My mother don't do this and my mother don't do that. And me and tell she nothing about the mother, you know. I let she go on. I let her go on. I don't know. I think she was trying to convince her husband as well, because the husband was there, you know. So I think she was trying to convince the husband as well. So, anyway, things went quiet for a few days, 2-3 days. And then I would start receiving a mail in the post for like 6 days or 7 days straight. The postman would come knock my door, and it would be a shoe in a box. Remember, I refused their black shoes. So now, my ex-man, the wizard, all the time he was hiding his hand. You wasn't seeing him in the picture all this time. He was hiding his hand. Now he's forced to show his hand because the witches have failed. The poison wine have failed. The party they invite me to and send all this poison food, that failed. The black shoes they come with, that failed. So now, big man come out himself. The boss pop out. The wizard from Ghana is like, get out of the way, you small witches. Let the boss take over. So the boss come up on the scene now. The boss show up. He starts sending shoe by shoe by shoe, about 8 shoes in the post. And he's sending it on my son's name. But the shoes my son will never wear. One set of stupid shoes. No Nike, no Adidas, nothing that a teenager would wear in this time, in this 24th century. Nothing that a teenager would wear. So my son just packing them shoes up under the bed. But my spirit is like, it's uncomfortable. My spirit find it weird. So I'm saying to my ex-husband and my daughter, how y'all didn't find this weird? It's like witchcraft. It's like obia. Why he sending a shoes here every day? Soon after, I refused these witches' black shoes. It is weird. What is wrong with shoes? All of a sudden, why is people just sending shoes at my direction all of a sudden? I don't even like shoes. Why these people just sending shoes all of a sudden? This particular circle of witches and wizards. Okay, the shoes come and it pack up under the bed. Because as I see, sending it on my son's name. So I don't want to throw it away because it's my son shoes. But my son not using it yet. Just pack up in boxes under the bed. It have me very uncomfortable in my house. I am feeling like if there is some other bodies in my house besides me and my family, it got me uncomfortable. So I decided I needed to go for a long drive to London. I went to London to do some business. Now, when I'm driving, back then I used to smoke my ganja spliff and stuff. So I'm driving and I smoke my weed. And I drive down to London 3 hours. Man, I have some inspiration. I still do. I just have lovely inspiration when I do my fasting and stuff and I go for long drives in the country or down the highway, 2-3 hour driving. I love it because I have inspiration. So many inspiration. Spirit comes and talk to me so much when I'm driving long distance, you know. So the spirit start talking to me. The spirit said to me, when you go back home, take all them shoes and them. Take it to your backyard and light it a fire. This is like 2 hours in my journey going down London, yeah? I want to spin around that car and get back down the road with excitement and anxious, nervous. You know, I was excited because I know it's the good spirit talking to me. The spirit tell me to go and get all those shoes, put them in the back and set it afire. Man, I was so excited. London wasn't interested anymore to go to London. But I did continue my journey to London. I enjoyed the trip and I came back. When I come back now, I took all the shoes. I told my son what the spirit say. And I took all the shoes and I went in my backyard and I set it afire. I speak some words as well. I wouldn't say all the words that I speak, but it's all in alignment with the Creator. It's all spiritual and in alignment with the Creator. I rebuke stuff and send back to senders. That's the truth, people. I rebuke, dismiss, claim back all what was mine and what was not mine. I dismissed it. Yep, what was not mine, I dismissed. And whatever energies was there that I didn't want, I just returned to sender. And light all those things afire. After that, I would continue praying and fasting here and there. And every time I fast, I would have revelations. One day I was cleaning my back garden. My husband was on his way. My ex-husband, he was on his way to work that day. And what could I see? In the back of the trees, like, you know, I had this big tree in the back of my yard, big, strong, tall tree. And I know it's the Holy Spirit will make me see that because the thing been there for a while. What could I see? This kind of bead bracelet thing. It's like a necklace, a beady thing with different colors. It's a charm. And I knew my ex-partner put that there. And where he put it is like every morning, when I stand in my kitchen to cook, every person who stand in that kitchen, you will be facing that tree and facing that charm he put there. You understand? He put it in a place that everybody in my household who would stand in that kitchen would be in contact, would see that charm, would be, it's a point of contact like. Everybody will be making contact with that without knowing they wouldn't even know because it was like hidden in the trees. You have it hidden in the tree branches, you know? These people are very intelligent for the wrong things. He's obviously spent time thinking, calculating where to put that, how to put it, so that everybody can, you know, come in contact with that charm. Anyway, when I saw that charm, I did not touch it. My ex-husband, because I was doing the garden and stuff, we had machete there and stuff, and he brought it down with the machete, and we put it in the same fire, the same place where I burnt the shoes. That I had a nice little fireside in the backyard. We set it alight. Moving along, I would find different charms in the house. Moving along, you know, I was very uncomfortable in the house after, because I realized then, the more I study spiritual things, the more I realize almost all these people, they were working with witchcraft, and they had all walked through my home, my doorway. So no longer did I feel comfortable and rested in that house after finding all these charms, because I am sure if I found all these charms, there would have been charms where I didn't find. They might have thrown charms on top of my roof. So what did I do? Led by the Spirit, I left that location. I left that location in 2020. 2020 we left. Yeah, 2020 we left that location. With the guidance of the Lord led me out of that location into a better, better house, nicer community, bigger home, bigger garden, bigger everything. But Natalie like to be humble, so we don't show off, because this is not about showing off. So we always remain humble. We don't need to show nobody what we had and what we have now. But I will tell you, it's an upgrade from what we had then. God have really upgraded us, and the journey is continuing. We're going to continue being upgraded, because we are continuing to walk in God and continuing to do the right thing. Whatever you do, whether you do right or you do wrong, there is a reward at the end. If you do wrong, they're going to get a reward at the end. Their reward is going to be death, destruction, sadness, misery. You who are doing right, you might take long to get your reward. But when your reward comes, trust me, it's sweet. It's lovely. You will be able to enjoy it with your loved ones. It's worth it. And it's good to be content. I'm a very humble, content person, and I'm going to remain that way even if God was to make me a millionaire tomorrow, which I know he wouldn't. You know why he wouldn't? Because I would give it away. I will only keep what I need to survive, and I would share with the people who is poor and needy out there, because I know that nothing I can take to the grave with me. So I don't understand why people, we fight each other. We are willing to kill each other for material stuff. When today or tomorrow you drop dead, you can drop dead at any minute. I can take a flight now and go on a holiday and never return to my house to drive my nice car or to live in my nice house. So what is the point of killing people for these things when I cannot even take the damn thing to the grave with me? I don't understand that. I don't get that. That people are willing to ruin relationships, ruin friendships, relationships with your family and your loved ones because of material stuff. But I do understand, because what I have come to realize is not the people really. It's a spirit that takes over them. Once they go and messes with that devil, it's like that devil assigns a bodyguard unto them. And that bodyguard is demon. A demon guard. Demons start guarding them then. So their minds start changing, because it's no longer them. It's a spirit have taken over their vessel and makes them that way. I will never understand. I wouldn't understand it. I don't understand why. I will quicker understand two people in love and they kill each other because they're in love, and one cheating on the other. I will quicker understand that, because you was in love and your heart is broken. I'm not giving it a reason, yeah? I'm not saying that that's something good to do and stuff. What I'm saying is, it is something that, for me, I will understand that more than me comprehending why people fight their loved ones and willing to sacrifice their loved ones for material stuff. You know, we can only wear, like the ladies, even if you buy a wig for £1,000 and you got a couple wigs for a couple thousands, you can only wear one at a time. You know, you can only wear one diamond Rolex at a time. So I really don't understand people. I really don't understand. You know, but it is what it is. I just don't get it. You know? So it is very sad that, because you see, my nephew and my elder sister, part of the reason why our family, why they were doing what they were doing, all these evil and try to poison me and stuff, it's all the witchcraft. And for some reason, these people was threatened by me. I don't know if they thought that, you know, I was going to get rich before them. You know, in their eyes, I was prospering. In my eyes, I wasn't prospering. I was just struggling. You know, I was a single struggling mom. But in their eyes, I was prospering. But back then, in my eyes, back then, I was not prospering. Now, when I look back at it and because I understand spiritual things now, I was blessed. You know why I was blessed? Because life was hard, yes. I was a single mom, yes. And life was hard. But God was providing all my needs. Without me going by a Obia man to get any charm or any oils, God was providing my needs. Without doing anything wrong. Just existing. And he was providing. So things like that, you know, anything you, sometimes people can envy you because there's favor. You might not see the favor on your life, but the enemy sees the favor on your life. You might not see that you are blessed, but your enemy will see that you are blessed. And I have learned that the hard way. It took my enemies for me to see how blessed I was. This is why I cannot hate them, because a lot of them, I know where they are coming from. They are broken people. They had a hard life. They didn't get counseling. They never got healing. They used witchcraft as a drug to get back at people and to get things, you know. They use witchcraft. If they were going to do driving tests, they would use witchcraft. Everything is what witchcraft. They need to keep a man, witchcraft. You know? They need to kill a man, witchcraft. Whatever it is, witchcraft. People. But I thank God for all of the lessons and the experiences. It was a belly full of witchcraft. And this is what drive me down the road of studying witchcraft, because I realized this is my calling. This is the avenue God have called me in to help people. Because from 5 years old, he's been showing me and teaching me stuff. And I cannot let all that I've experienced go down the drain and do nothing with it. I need to take it and make sure that God gets glory. This is why I'm doing my stories and my testimonies. And you can see when I come on here, I say I'm not here to indoctrinate nobody into no religion, into nothing. I'm just sharing my stories and my testimonies and giving God glory, glorifying God, because God have saved my life, people. He saved my life. God have saved my life. These very same people who I had this experience with the shoe and the poison wine and stuff, there is people who is not as lucky as I am. There is people who died, who I know and they know, who died mysteriously and untimely, who was around them. Strange things happens when you are around these people. You would find you will have cancer diagnosis. I had that problem. I told you all in I think in different parts of my story. I had that problem. If I was not spiritual people, I would have died and they would have said it's cancer because I would have gone and have chemotherapy. They can give you spiritual cancer. When you are around witches and wizards, because of the stuff they put in your food, because of the charms and stuff, and you shouldn't receive too many gifts from people. Be careful who you collect gifts from. Some of these gifts they're giving you is charms. Because of this, be careful who you eat from. You should be careful of what goes down your belly. They can bewitch you by feeding you. Not just feeding you in the physical with a plate of food, but also in your dreams. Be aware, my people. And as I say that, I said I'm going to tell you all how to help yourself if you have a horrible dream. A dream that whatever dreams you dream, let me tell you what you do. When you have dreams, your dreams is your reality. The spiritual controls the physical. So whatever you dream going on in the dreaming world, if you dreaming dogs running after you, that means dogs running after you for real in the physical. And it means some evil, wicked people, they after your tail to bite you. Yes. So when you have dreams, if you wake up in the morning and you say, Father God, that dream, you say prayers, you thank God for waking you up this morning and you give God his glory and stuff, and then you go like this. Father God, that dream I had last night, dear God, mighty God, if it is not in alignment with your will for my life, dear Lord, I rebuke it. I dismiss it. I cancel it. And Father God, if it is anything that is in alignment with your will, dear God, I come in full agreement. But anything that is not in God's alignment with your life, you dismiss, you rebuke, and you bind it up. You can't just dream. And this is where I used to go wrong before. And that's why I became scared of my dreams. But now I'm in control. Now we know how to deal with it. Now we know how to deal with it now. We're good to go now. And we're still learning. We're still learning, because the deeper you go, people, is the deeper it gets. Just like when you're in this world out here, in this physical world we live in, the deeper you go, the deeper it gets. When you come as a child, you go to the preschool, them little kindergarten school, you learn lesson, you find that's deep. 1 and 1 is 2. That's deep for your little head. What never learn 1 and 1 is 2 before it become deep. And then you go on to higher school, bigger school, and it get deeper. And then you sit exams, and then the thing get deeper again. And then you go into a university, and it get deeper, and you could never finish learn. It's the same thing in the spirit. Spiritual things is the same thing. It's deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So nobody, only an idiot, will say they know it all. I don't know nothing. I'm still learning. But I know enough to keep myself safe and to protect me and to stay under God's wings. We know enough to stay in alignment with God's will for our life. We know enough to do that. You understand? We will never say we know it all. But people, be careful. Be aware of your dreams. Be aware of your dreams. Your dreams is your reality. So yes, people, that dream was manifested. That dream where I dreamt this African man is just like that it happened in the reality. The African man was my ex-man who was a wizard from Ghana. He was a practicing wizard. I met him. I told you all in the beginning, when I met this guy, I didn't understand spiritual things. I was not religious. So around this man's house, he had witches and wizards as ornaments. He used to play weird music and do weird things. He was weird. That's the way I described it. Now I know he was a wizard. But back then I would say weird. Everything about him was weird. He used to wear tongues up in the ass. You know, women wear tongues. This man used to wear tongues. And clogs. He was a lot feminine. He was very feminine a lot of the times. He was a weird man. But because I didn't have spiritual knowledge, because I was not religious, it took me a long time to put the pieces together. I told you all, this man, he tried to have a polygamy. This same man that in the dream, I told you all in the dream, this man, the description of this man was that ex-man. And in the reality, the manifestation of the dream, the ex-man, the Ghanaian wizard, he was the witch doctor behind the woman who poisoned me, behind the woman, the same woman who come and bring the shoes for me, and they end up putting it in their foot, and then telling me about the magic money. The main man behind it was my ex-man from Ghana, the wizard. People, it's not easy out here. And he tried very hard, because after the I will tell you about another dream. We will have to make this another part. Okay.